Greetings everyone, so welcome to another unit. This is unit 3, moving and traveling. So you can expect that we will learn more about people moving or traveling, or it can be a government that is expanding. Okay, they are colonizing few countries, they are extending their empire, they are doing expansion of their government. Okay, so let's imagine we are Malaysia. We are actually colonizing other countries. In a sense, what do you mean by colonization is that you are like taking over and making the other countries as yours. Okay, so why we are making other countries ours? Why are we colonizing them? Why do we call them as our Malaysian empire? So you will look at it. Okay, so the reason why I gave you an example of our country is for you to get used to the word colonization. So colonization is like you having your government in a different country. Even though it's a different country, even though it's far away from you, but the rules are all the same because the empire is the same, the government is the same. So imagine we are now colonizing Australia, Canada, India, and Singapore. So imagine that. So whatever rules we have here in Malaysia, it applies the same for the countries that I mentioned just now. Okay, so why did the British Empire Okay, so why do you think the British Empire wanted to expand? Okay, why do you think that they want to colonize other countries like India? Why do they want to colonize the North America and the West Indies? So why do you think is what do you think is the reason? Okay, so we'll look at it. But first, let's look at the map there. Do you see the map there? Okay, it's the same map from your book, page 134. Okay, from that map there, what I want you to do is you use an atlas. Atlas is a map, okay? It's a book that contains the details of every country, okay? So if you have an atlas, use the atlas and look at the colored areas there in pink. Okay, there are two shades actually. The first one is a lighter shade and the second one is a darker shade. So we'll focus on both, okay? So let's look at the shades over there. The pink, if in your book, is two shades, yeah? Alright, so I want you guys to look at the atlas, or you can just Google up an atlas, a map, and then go through and identify what are the countries that are actually pointed to you. Okay, there are 2 points, there are two arrows. So try to find out on your own what countries are there. Okay? Alright, so let's move on to the next lesson. After you have gone through the atlas and find out or identify the countries, let's look at this map now. Okay, so this is a very detailed map. If you look closely, you can't find this map or this image in your book. Okay, so I've attached this as additional information, okay, to be more clearer. So I did ask you just now, why do we need to expand our empire? Why do we need to expand our government? Right? So the reasons are mostly for trading. In the previous chapters, you have learned about trading goods, correct? It can be for gold, it can be for spices, it can be for powder, rice, coffee beans, and so on. So this was the reason why they expanded their colonization. They want to expand their government so that it will be easy for the British or the Britain to get what they wanted. So what did they want? Let's look at the red color. Okay, let's look at the red color arrows over there. As you look at the red color arrows, the first one is pointed from the 13th British colonies. Okay, that's the first one. The second one is West Indies. Okay, do you see that? All right, so from these countries, the arrow goes to Great Britain. Okay, so from Great Britain, blue color arrows move towards the British colonies, and to the West Indies. Okay, what is the blue and the red all about? Okay, so let's look at the red color. Now the red color, so it's written that lumber, furs, dried fish, whale oil, iron, gunpowder, rice, tobacco, and indigo, sugar, molasses, fruit, rum, iron, gunpowder, cloth, tools. So these are the items or goods that Britain needs. Okay, so imagine we are the British. So this is what Malaysia needs. We need, our country, Malaysia needs lumber, gunpowder, sugar, molasses. Okay, so since we need all this, we need to colonize. We need to keep other countries in our control so that it will be easier for us to go to that country and take all the goods. That's the reason why Malaysia decided to colonize other countries. Alright, guys? Okay. Now, in order to make these goods, okay, in order to produce these goods, you need something. Okay, you need a machine, you need people, you need supplies. Okay, to make a cloth, to make an outfit, you need linen, you need the strings. Okay, so what happens is because we need all this from Malaysia, we send people, we send the goods, and we send supplies to that particular country. For instance, okay, let's take India. Okay, for instance, India, yeah, right. So Malaysia, I want spices from India. Okay, so from my country, I will send, I'm a queen, so I'm going to send people, I'm going to send machines, and I'm going to send a few goods to India so that I can process it there and then send me real spices. Okay, so that's the reason why the blue color arrow is going out of Great Britain. So there are a few things that goes out from Great Britain in order to manufacture it and then send it back to Great Britain. Okay. Alright, if you look at source C, let's look at source C. This is actually a speech by a foreign secretary, and later he became a prime minister, okay, in the 1893. So what did he say? Let's look at the passage there. It is said that our empire is already large enough and does not need extension. That means he's saying that the Britain has already conquered enough countries. So there is no need to conquer other countries. Okay? We have to remember that it is part of our heritage to take care the world is shaped by us. It must receive an English speaking character and not that of other nations. We have to look forward to the future of our race. We should fail in our duty if we do not take our share of the divisions of the world. So here, clearly, this man who is the foreign secretary is saying that our government has done enough of expansion and whatever countries that are under the British Empire needs to be shaped well, needs to be taken care of. And he also states that the language, English language, needs to be the dominant language. So that is how they feel when they are actually ruling. So let's look at source B. Do you see a graph over there? So this is a graph where Britain industrial output, okay, compared to other countries. So the line which is in blue is the Britain's outline. So if you look closely, it's not fluctuating, but anyhow it increased up to the late 18 and then started to fluctuate and go down in the 19th century. So as you can see, not all the time an empire can hold on, right? Someday the empire has to come down because of some flaws or people who are ruling. Okay, that is how we got our independence, right? So we were also under Britain. British people came to rule us, and then sooner or later, somehow, with our forefathers, we were able to get independence, right? So that's how the industrial output went down. So as countries individually started taking care of themselves, they had to withdraw. Britain had to withdraw. Okay, so now let's look at another poster. Do you see a poster over there? Okay, it looks like a soldier holding a lance and an armor, and you see a fleet of ships, goods, a few goods over there. So let's look at the words over there. The game of British Empire, trading with the colonies. Each player starts with a cargo from London and has to deliver same and take up from the colonies what they export. So this is what they were doing in London. Okay, so they will send a cargo. Cargo is a big ship that transports goods. Okay, for instance, maybe they are transporting cotton. Okay, so they are transporting cotton to, okay, let's take India again. Okay, so they're transporting cotton from London to India. So in India, once they go there, they will process the cotton. They'll make it into pillows. They'll make it into sofas. They'll make it into beds, okay, mattresses. Once they're done with the processing and manufacturing, they send it back in the same cargo back to Britain. That's how the trading happens in Britain. So now, looking at source B and C, I want you guys to explain or identify four reasons for the growth of the British Empire. So, like how Malaysia, I've told you about Malaysia, right? We colonize or we rule other countries. What is the reason? Okay, how did we colonize? What is the reason for us of expanding our government to other countries? So give me four reasons. So please copy down this question. If you can see in the white color box there, question 1, using sources B and C, explain four reasons for the growth of the British Empire. So please copy this down and then write down four reasons. Alright, so this is actually just a overview for you, the British Empire. If you look at the image there, it starts from Britain and they expanded their ruling or their government or their empire to India. Okay, mostly that is for spices, yeah, all right, and to Australia. Australia is mostly known for animals, for the meat. Okay, Egypt. Egypt was mostly for incense, herbs. Okay, herbs and incense. South Africa was mostly for cocoa beans, cocoa beans. That's what we call. And Canada was mostly for lumber. Okay, so these are the countries during that time that they were ruling, yeah, using their empire. So if you look at below there, you will see question number 2. So please write down. Continue question 2, yeah? Okay. In your opinion, why did the British government wanted to build an empire? State 5 reasons. So as they were conquering countries, why did they build their empire there? So there must be a reason, right? So give 5 reasons for that. So please copy down this question also and state 5 reasons. For the third question, if you are a king or a queen of Britain during the 19th century, which country would you colonize? Give 3 reasons why would you like to colonize that particular country. So for instance, if you are Queen Elizabeth or you are King Henry the Fourth, why do you want to colonize or why do you want to rule a particular country? There must be a reason. So state 3 reasons. So please copy down this question and also state. Alright, so we have come to the last point of our topic today. So this one is your mind map. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to copy this down first. Okay, in the center there, do you see a flag and do you see the title Britain Empire? Okay, so please write down that and also draw out or color, if possible, please color the flag so that you will know the flags in future. Okay, so once you're done with that, put a few bullet points at the side there. Okay, there are 4 points, so you just write 4 points for this lesson. So from here we will branch out as we are learning, we're going in deeper in the next lessons. Okay, so from one mind map we will branch out, so you guys will not be doing many mind maps in lessons, but you will use one mind map, Okay, you'll use this, and then you'll start branching out from here. All right, guys. So we will we will be able to see how it branches out and to see whether it makes any connections or not. All right, guys. So please copy this now, and then where do you see state your point here? You put in your points. All right. Thank you, guys.